Hey there, Capricorn. Welcome in to your weekly read. I hope you're having a wonderful Monday so far and a great start to your week. I hope you had a wonderful weekend too. As you can see, I'm in a different location. I'm actually out at a park right next to a beautiful dog park surrounded by a bunch of trees, and it looks like the sun is finally starting to break through. So all good things. Randomly felt like you're the next up at the chopping block, if you will, or up at the reading block. What we're going to do is go ahead and start your message with a... Whoa. Hold on. I'm losing cards with the wind. 1 second. Sorry about that. I'm going to actually put some... One card wants to keep flying over, so I'm going to actually take these 3 that just flew off the top for you, and I'm going to put some crystals on these decks so that they don't go flying around again. Alright, so let's see. Patience. Top card that wanted to fly out was Patience. But let's actually start with these personal values cards. See what the overall energy and message is going to be about. I really don't want them to fly away again, though, so let's see. We have honor, belonging, and love. Oh, that's nice. Okay. So the overall energies or focus of this message will be around love, belonging, and honor. Okay. The first card to come out, which I usually have been choosing to clarify with, is Patience. So let's go ahead and continue with the Woodland Wardens. For Capricorn, please. Patience. Obviously, Spirit was not patient in wanting to get this message out the way. It kept blowing cards all over the place. Okay, starting over. And communication. In reverse. Interesting. I'm just going to say it because I'm just going to go with what I get. But I'm getting with communication in reverse, somebody's not speaking their truth about something. And don't misconstrue that as somebody's not telling the truth. What I mean is, if it's you who's withholding your truth or withholding speaking about something, that's what I'm saying. If you've been hesitant to communicate your desires or communicate the truth about a situation or how you feel, that's what that Rooster card has come to say. For Capricorn, please. For Capricorn. Whoa. Strongest energies. Miracles. Patience. So you're waiting for a miracle? Why starting over here? For Capricorn, please. Is that 2? Hello, squirrel. Power and beauty. New beginnings. Okay, there's your confirmation of starting over. Yeah, 10, 11. Interesting. Let's see what this is about. What are you flicking your tail at me for, little guy? Okay. So what's interesting is even though love is what came out here, I'm actually getting career. And I haven't been trying to do career readings, but it seems like that's the energy that I'm in. Besides, well, you're getting a little too close, but... Can you see that squirrel? No, he's not on the camera. Don't flick your tail at me. Oh, you're cute though. Sorry. So yeah, while I see love here, I'm actually getting the idea of belonging in a workspace, belonging to a team, belonging in sort of owning what you do. So I guess I'll pause there and say, when you meet new people, they often ask you what you do. And why does this squirrel keep coming back to me over and over again? Look at him. Somebody needs to see this squirrel. What do you want? What do you want, little guy? Look, flicking his tail. So back to your message. Easily distracted. I'm getting like belonging to a workplace. But what I started to say was when you first meet people and they ask you what you do, what, dude? They ask you what you do, you usually start to explain what you do for your job, right? And what I get from this is what you do for your job isn't aligned with what you truly want to do or how you would like to sort of be able to answer that question, okay? So you might work for a Fortune 500 company, and you might be very proud of that fact, and you might have worked there for a very long time, but it's not something, you're not doing something that you love, and so that's preventing you from creating the connections in that space to have a sense of belonging, okay? And perhaps what you do is something that, I don't want to say it's dishonorable, but it's something that doesn't align with your values and doesn't make you feel like you have honor. So again, I'm speculating here, but what just popped into my head is insurance. So Capricorn, you might be in the insurance industry, or you might do something that that has to do with insurance or with money. And it's not something, in the process of it, whether you're responsible for the outcomes or not, just aren't aligning with you energetically. And so it feels like this energy, you've been sitting in it for a while and you've been aware of the need for a change. And so that's where this patience comes in. Okay. That's where Spirit quite literally blew this card off the top of the deck to say, not once but twice, extra large patience. You really need to have patience in this process and in whatever is going on here, because with starting over and new beginnings at the bottom of the other deck, it's pretty clear to me that some sort of miracle is going to take place to align you with an opportunity where you're going to love what you're doing, where you'll find a sense of belonging and a sense of completion, a sense of being in your power. So this new opportunity, which again, it feels like career oriented, is going to allow you to fully step into and recognize your power. I get a very protective energy from this card. Like, what I get from this is like the dragon is watching you sleep. The dragon is protecting you, is protecting your power, but it's power that you don't even know that you have yet, or that isn't being put to use in the way that it should. And that's why you sort of have this guardian protecting you through this new beginning, through this starting over process, so that you can maintain your power. But yeah, with starting over coming here, it's almost like, yes, you might be starting over in terms of what you focus on in your career. You might be starting a new chapter of your life. But it's still the same you is what I'm getting from this card. Right? The snake sheds its skin multiple times throughout its lifetime. And there's a certain, right? There's a rebirth every time it happens because it's a new skin. It's almost a new snake. But it's still the same snake and it's still the same you. And I feel like this process is more spiritual than it is anything else. Like it almost has to happen in the energetic, etheric dream state, in the spirit world, before it can take place in the physical. And that's why you have this guardian of the dragon watching over and protecting your power through this, I'm going to call it a transition. Sorry, I'm just trying to understand why communication is here in reverse with beauty. So at the beginning I said that communication in reverse might have something to do with not speaking your truth. And with beauty here, I'm getting that you might find certain things aesthetic. You might find certain things, you might find beauty in certain things. And Capricorn, what I really get from this is your, like the earth element you might not be a wood fairy or a wood nymph, but you might be very connected to the spirits of the woods. When you might love to go on hikes, right? You might love to plant or work with flowers. You have a certain reverence for elements of nature, like flowers. What am I getting from this? It's almost like you tried to call attention to, or you tried to speak your truth about the love that you have around nature, around flowers, around their magic. Wow, this is very odd and specific. But it feels like your voice was suppressed, or your communication was interrupted, or not taken for the truth that it was. And part of that, okay, it's coming through clearly. Part of that had to do with a lack of confidence and a lack of believing in yourself that stems from this place of not belonging, this place of having to work day in and day out in an environment that doesn't honor your truth, or that makes you feel dishonorable in some way. And so, wow. This is a very specific example, but what I just got from this is you might work for a gas company. You might work for an oil company, an electrical company, and like I said, you might have very strong connection to nature. And what those companies do to the environment and to nature might fundamentally be, I don't want to say draining you of your power, but causing dissonance within you and within that situation. So much so that you fear speaking your truth about how much you care about the environment, speaking your truth about the dangerous and damaging impact that the business that you are currently employed by has, the negative impact that it often has on the environment, especially things of beauty. And what I got from this is it feels like you might have expressed this at some point, or you tried to, and you were met with resistance. You were met with the idea that this beauty, whether it be a nature preserve or whatever it is, some sort of natural landscape, the energy that I got from this was that you were almost made to feel like that's frivolous. And I just got attacked by a fly in my crown chakra. Yeah, it's almost like somebody was trying to disempower your perspective or disempower you in your beliefs, in your love of nature, in you trying to stand up and honor what you believe to be true. And so I don't want to sit in this negativity so much, but I actually want to go backwards and say you're being encouraged by Spirit to have patience, because there's some sort of miracle coming in that's going to allow you to express this. There you go, there's your confirmation. Something is going to allow you, or an opportunity is going to allow you to express your appreciation for nature and natural beauty. It's going to allow you to speak on this and be reborn in your own power, so that you have and act with honor and integrity, so that you have a sense of belonging in whatever you do for a living. And I think I actually go into that, or was I too distracted by the squirrel? When people ask what you do for a living, people often answer with what they do for their corporate job versus what they want to and how they want to impact other people and impact the planet, right? So pastor, I don't know why the pastor came into mind, but immediately left. So somebody who works as a bigwig at a bank, right, on the corporate side of a bank, when asked that question might say, well, I work in finance and I do all this stuff. But in reality, what they really care to invest their time in is their kids' t-ball team. They're a coach for their kids' t-ball team. And what you won't hear somebody say when asked, what do you do for a living, is I enrich children's lives by teaching them this sport that I care so much about, or I support people after school by doing this, or I volunteer at this place. And it feels like there's fundamentally going to be a shift in the way that people answer that, in the importance that people put on what they quote unquote do for a living. And you're sort of encouraged to be ahead of that shift and to let go of any sort of judgment around being an advocate for nature, being an advocate for natural beauty, and standing in your power. Because what I'm understanding from this is your power is actually your ability to communicate. That's what it is. Your power is your ability to communicate your love for these things. Your love for the environment, your love for nature, your love for the interconnectedness of all things. And as soon as you start over in whatever area of your life this is speaking about, and you reclaim your power in that, you also reclaim your voice. And when you put out, this is specific, when you put out vibrations by using your voice, you will inherently attract, by like and resonant vibrations, a group, a scenario, a job where you belong. Okay? That honors you for your gifts and honors your creative and true expression of love and truth. Wow, Capricorn, that message got pretty deep. But what's interesting is I'm feeling the energy of interference again. There is a law enforcement officer at the corner of the park watching me again. I do feel like my throat chakra is being interfered with. So just be aware of that you might be coming up against some resistance that isn't just yourself, right? It's not just in your head where you're resisting this change. It might be friends or family, questioning whether this is the right path for you and sowing seeds of uncertainty. So you're being encouraged to stand in your strength, stand in that power even before you start over. Okay, I'm just going to grab a couple of, or maybe just one, animal cards to close this message out with some advice. Okay, for Capricorn, please. Ooh, it's 6% battery. Okay. Number 6 might be significant to you. For Capricorn, how can they sit in their power, welcome in these miracles so that they can communicate their love and beauty? Watch your words. Yeah, with communication. Watch your words. Let spirit be your guide with the hawk. Okay, we have a lot of bird energies here. And then act as if. Yeah, so this might not be a role that you're playing yet, but you almost have to sort of step into it and act as if you are playing that role before you even get to it. With this being a 5, that definitely confirms that this is going to be a change in the way that you move, in the way that you express yourself and your energy. And with both of these cards coming out, being winged birds or winged animals, it feels like it's divinely guided. Okay, you will be given the right words to express what you're feeling. You will be guided by your higher consciousness or by a higher divine source. Okay? Beautiful message, Capricorn. I hope you liked it. If you did, please go ahead and give it a like, comment below. I will be uploading this to YouTube, so if you're watching it there... Oh no, okay. My power is about to die, so if you're watching it there, please consider subscribing for additional messages. And if this is where we part, I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day and a wonderful rest of your week.